Oh, yeah, you're right. If I was driving my own car, I would.
You only got me one of these?
Dude, I got you like 4 days ago.
Yeah, but one of them?
Yeah.
Nathan.
For real. You knocked down the...
You knocked on one
Chupa
thing.
Choppa, or whatever the fuck his name is.
The Koopa Troopa?
Yeah.
Dude, have you never played Mario?
You knocked down. You kidding me? There's a giant Eiffel Tower with 2 things on it. And you knocked down the one.
Caleb needs to finish his dragon.
I agree.
I don't think I'm gonna get my 3D models back.
No, you're meant to, not my frog. I mean, no.
Well, yeah, the frogs are yours.
If you want the fucking Koopa Trooper, you can have it. Nathan, I have my own fucking...
Well, now they're podcast decoration.
That's the mood I feel.
I seen that when Caleb was here. Okay, fine. But before... I feel bad for not saying this with Caleb here. Before we even continue whatever the fuck this is, if it's just a random YouTube video or a whole episode...
It's going to probably be an episode, but...
I have a hard time watching and listening to podcasts. I don't know what it is.
I wish that wasn't the case.
I like them sometimes. I really do. Like, there's sometimes, like, on Long Toes and shit, I'll listen to, like, an Impulsive one. And a few years ago when I worked for a landscaping company, I listened to Impulsive every single fucking day. Like, there was, like, not a single day. I'd listen to, like, 2 episodes a day.
Yeah.
And
because you were in the backlog.
And it was just, like, I like this because I grew up listening and watching Logan Paul, so it's like, that's cool. But
Logan Paul, fucking sponsor us. Okay.
Yeah.
You think that this is all the Prime we've got? We've got so much Prime. This is like, we could double this.
Unpaid sponsorship. Just buy our Prime for us. This is maxing out, so I hope the one on the camera.
If you ever have a new flavor, give it to us for free to test.
Like the yellow one. Nathan, what's the yellow flavor? Oh, Nathan, you're gonna have to cut the audio for that, you stupid son of a bitch. Dude, it maxed out for like 3 seconds.
Bro, you guys don't understand. I'm gonna move these cameras around for a second. Just, like, you guys see us?
Yes, sir.
There is Prime.
Primes all the fuck over. Except for the Truly and the Dr. Pepper and the Twisted Tea, but...
I don't really throw them away. Because, I mean, I think it's funny.
You should... I don't know if you ever got a picture, but you should have seen his desk, dude. Half of his desk was full of empty Prime bottles. But there's one sitting right over there just mocking us. There's just a random one. There's random ones on our desk over there, dude. They're everywhere.
Bro. There's Prime. Prime has consumed our lives. So please.
Mainly his, though. I don't.
But if you had free Prime, you drink it all the time.
Yeah,
all the time. Like, what's water when you have Prime?
Yeah, basically, like I'd drink Prime if I had the money to just spend on Prime constantly. But
basically, take an average of like $2 per bottle. $2 per bottle because they're $1.88 at Walmart.
Well, you think there's $1,000 worth of fucking Prime back here?
We're getting fucking close.
Dude, no, I'm gonna kill you. I will smack the shit out of you.
Just gonna, like,
knock that shit down.
Don't do it, bro.
Okay, do it.
Oh, was that a big one? That sounded like a big one.
You didn't knock down any of the 3D prints, so we're good.
I don't want that one to fall.
Wait, now
Logan,
that Tyler did it.
I had almost bet, Logan.
Damn, I only got one bottle.
Logan, I'd almost bet, bro. I'm drinking more Prime than you. I drink.
He said on free supply. He probably drinks it all day long.
I mean,
but I don't know. At the same time, he might not. He might not.
I genuinely love the shit.
I do too. I love it, but it's just not.
Someone tried it.
I don't have a price range for it.
Like, I hyped it up, and I always hype it up. Like on my Snapchat, I'm like posting the fucking macros and shit. And so I'm like hyping up, and someone tried it, and they're like, I knew it was gonna be overhyped. I'm like, I'm really not even trying to overhype it. I genuinely love this shit.
Like, for only 20 calories, 0 fat, 0 cholesterol, only 10 milligrams of sodium and 5 grams of carbs.
It's
and
got
2 grams of sugar. Oh my god!
It's got 700 milligrams of potassium, 900
included sugar. That means no additives of like artificial
it's just natural
sugar, nothing like that.
Natural sugar.
Coconut water,
which is very like good for you.
I don't know if we've ever said this on the podcast, but Logan, thank you for switching your fucking barcode.
Yeah.
Dude, do you think we have any original
I don't know. See, that's the thing.
Oh yeah.
Do you think we have to have
Random,
some OG?
no.
No,
That's what I'm thinking.
We have to. Like we
There's some in here
some
somewhere.
OG bottles that have fucked up barcodes. So we're like, it was
The
on
barcode was so fucked up at first.
it was on the rivet. So like you had to stretch it out and like pull it apart.
Nathan, this one's half empty, dude. Drink that shit. If you're not going to, I will.
It's water.
Huh?
It's water.
Oh.
Yeah,
Never
that's
mind.
water.
So good.
Okay,
Hand me my. I have a blueprint
This
right
is
there.
gonna Why is this one also? Oh, it's also
Water.
water. Why the fuck are half of these full of water, dude?
Because I go to the gym, drink a Prime, and then when I'm out of Prime, I fill it up with water because I don't have an unlimited supply of Prime. So, I'm leaking.
Okay, so I came to the conclusion this is gonna take way too fucking long to look through all of our primes, but they used to sit this way.
Yeah,
So half the barcode would be in here, and if you go to Walmart, you'd have to sit there and fucking like pull this fucking down until the fucking barcode would read. But sponsor us, you stupid. No, I'm not gonna say stupid.
Sponsor us.
Yeah,
please.
Mike. Dude, Mike, you know that Mike talked about that on the podcast, not me. But he talked about that conversation, like that you need to be cultured in music and stuff. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Imagine
He started the episode with it like you should be. He's like, yeah, you gotta understand these people are running because these people walk, or these people are walking because these people ran, or like whatever.
Dude, okay, so I have 2 impulsive clips that I've seen on TikTok. So I obviously don't watch the fucking podcasts and whatnot.
I
but
do.
I've seen 2 clips. One, Jake announcing his girlfriend, wife thing is pregnant.
What? I haven't even. Oh, I don't think I finished the Jake Paul one.
Oh, sorry for spoiling.
Wait, Jake Paul's gonna have a kid?
Yeah.
Oh no.
And
No, I think that's gonna be great.
2,
Jake Paul's smart.
Mike and Logan, according to, I didn't really see it, but according to the TikTok like subtitle thing, it was like, oh, Mike was getting on Logan's, like, or like Mike and Logan were getting a little tussle thing, whatever. But Mike was like talking about like, oh, poking around and shit, and he's like going like this to Logan. Logan's like swatting it away, kind of like John would if you were to like go up and like fuck with him a little. And Logan's like, yeah, I've been training for the WWE. And Mike looks at him, wish you trained like that for Floyd. And Logan deadass goes. And Mike's like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm scared right now.
I saw that. I know exactly what.
Yeah. I was like, damn, I relate to that moment right there.
No, and that's funny because I give John shit that way.
Same.
Because John he was doing something and he fucked up, and I'm like, damn, dude, that's like your last fight. And he's like, damn. I just fuck with him though.
I do
obviously.
too. I always fuck with him about that. But then I'm like, listen though, I'm gonna help train you so you can do better in the next one.
Yeah.
So fuck me up.
Yeah. I want to do at least one professional fight like that. I think that would be cool.
I don't know about, well, I guess you could be like a Logan and Jake Paul and kind of just get into the fighting like that.
Bro, imagine if we
KSI,
blow up and we
Alex
get
Solid.
fucking John talking shit to them and get them. Oh my god, bro.
Bro, it's so crazy to me to think that at one point in time, all these influencers never trained a day in their life. And then all of a sudden, KSI, Logan Paul, Jake Paul, Deji, they were the 2 really main founders of boxing within the social media influencers.
Yep, ever since it was Joe Weller fight somebody, and then Joe Weller called out KSI, and then KSI called out Logan Paul, and then, dude, it's fucking history. This is, and which brings me to the point. Do you guys, Jake Paul's fight got canceled,
I remember that. I'd seen stuff about that, yeah.
and then Alex Wasabi backed out.
Really? Oh, wasn't he supposed to like... No, that was Jake Paul. What was it? Why did he back out again?
Concussion, hand injury.
Yeah.
Like, no one really knows.
Oh, I see. Yeah. He talked about on the Jake Paul episode of Impulsive. They were talking about how Alex Wasabi backed out and Jake Paul kept calling out KSI because KSI doesn't have an opponent. Jake Paul doesn't have an opponent. So why don't they just fucking go at it? Like, they basically just mix their fucking rosters and shit.
I see that, but then again, dude, that is the fight. That is like the fight. You can't have that in like a month notice. No, it's set up. I think contracts have already been sent. They're fighting next year. Like,
I think so. I think they're really just trying to hype it up and make it seem like it's not actually going to happen yet. But they have everything, so they're just trying to promote for it and gain fucking like hype from it. They're like, oh yeah, we're not gonna fight, but
they seem like they fucking hate each other though.
It's so weird.
God, have you seen?
You would think like say I didn't like Tyler, or no wait, Tyler didn't like me, but me and you had a business thing, and it's like if I was to have a business thing with you, why would I not also like your brother?
Right.
It's like
I guess it was before though. It was prior. Like they were beefing first because like in Jake and KSI. I mean, I pay attention to the YouTube shit, and they jab each other a lot.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Every like
fucking Twitter, YouTube videos, anything
they're
they
always
can
going after each other. Always going after each other. So it's like, oh, I really want to see that fight because,
and that's why they're doing it. They're making people want to see it so they get a bunch of pay-per-view money and they actually get paid, unlike the Logan and Floyd fight. Logan didn't get paid.
Yeah,
the YouTubers versus TikTokers fight, a lot of the people did not get paid.
See, that's what's fucked.
Like the Bryce Hall versus Austin McBroom fight. I'm pretty sure, I don't know if one of them got paid and the other didn't, or both of them didn't get paid.
Well, it was Austin McBroom's event. Like,
yeah.
Austin McBroom set up the whole thing, so he got paid.
So, whatever the fuck it was, certain people didn't get paid, you know, which is like the only con to not fighting like professionally per se. Like if you were in the UFC, both fighters are gonna get paid. Dana White's not gonna be like, yeah, I'm not gonna pay you.
Yeah, right. And that's what's fucked. There needs to be like definitely some lawsuits. Like I think that there needs to be definitely lawsuits if someone pulls out of a fight.
Especially with all the contracts and shit.
Yeah, with all the contracts. Why isn't there not lawsuits? Why can Tommy Fury pull out of 2 fucking fights? 2 main event fights. Why is he allowed to do that? Like, he pulled out of 1, and then he got a second chance and pulled out again. It's like, he's like, oh yeah, I'm just going to accept so I can ruin Jake Paul's event. It's like, dude, you should be sued. Like
there should be some sort of if you pull out of, like, kind of like if you're booking a hotel room.
Like, this is what I make off my fights typically. Like, you can show them. This is my pay-per-views that I typically get. You owe me this now because now my event is not going through because you, like Hassim. Tommy pulled out, so Jake found Hassim. And then Hassim pulls out because he wasn't cutting enough weight because he was trying to get Jake Paul to come up so he can have more of a chance to actually beat him because he had to cut weight to come down to Jake Paul's class.
It's like booking a hotel room or like booking something. And they're like, okay, there's free refunds up until like a week before you are supposed to check in. And then once you check in, you're supposed to pay like half of whatever the room is because you're leaving, so they didn't have a chance. Like, your room is booked. You cannot give somebody that room. So if you check out 2 days early or 2 days before you're supposed to check in, you pay half of it, so they make some money back and are able to book it again.
Yep.
And I think that's what they should do. I don't know if they do that. Or
obviously not, because it seems like it's a fucking reoccurring problem. Where the fuck? Why aren't you guys putting in your contracts that like you can't pull out of this unless if it's like a like you got doctors fucking this and that.
Or like if you pull out, you have to fucking pay or whatever.
Because with the Alex Wasabi thing, I guess he fucking no one knows if it's like a concussion, a hand injury, whatever. But you like KSI, he keeps making the joke. He's like, yeah, Alex pulled out because he has a concussion, hand injury, or AIDS. I really don't know, but he can't say anything for certain because Alex has said that if KSI comes making any bold claims against him, he'll sue him. And it's like, why does Alex get that fucking like leverage? What the fuck? He pulled out the fight, little pussy ass bitch. Fuck you, Alex Wasabi. I've watched you since like 2008, bro. Making Call Me Maybe parodies, fucking all that shit, dude.
Shit was lit though. I'm just gonna say it right now. It was lit. We used to watch that shit a lot.
We did, but fuck you now. But fuck you. On KSI's behalf, fuck you for pulling out of an event, being a pussy little bitch, and fucking ruining something that was meant to be great. Something that someone worked so hard to set up for. Just those type of people in general, fuck you. Keep that smile on your face, because that's all you got. People think you're a nice guy, but you're a piece of fucking shit. I don't like you. I don't like people like you, either.
Nathan, I just realized Whenever we shout out Prime, we never mention KSI. It is only Logan Paul we say the sponsor.
Yeah, maybe KSI will sponsor us. You just haven't mentioned me.
Bro, I love KSI.
In all fairness, he does watch a fuck ton of Sidemen videos. I cannot get around it because they're way too long for my attention span. But from the clips I've seen and shit, which actually really get me. When I'm on TikTok and scrolling,
they're fucking great videos. They make, like, the videos are long, but you understand, like, it's like with the Sidemen, I hope for a longer video. If you see a fucking 2-hour video, you're like, damn, I'm about to be entertained for 2 fucking hours. I'm gonna set this video aside to where I'm just like, I'm bored and I can just fucking be entertained.
Yeah. See, I haven't watched a video yet to be like, okay, I know I'm going to be entertained.
They're good. Watch the Sidemen Tinder in America with George, Mike, and Logan.
I've seen clips of that, dude. They were so funny.
Dude.
Some of them say some ridiculous... Have you ever heard of Sneako?
Yes, I've heard of Sneako.
He's like...
Why, that's so random.
No, it's not random. Okay?
Sneako's like the new Andrew Tate.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, he was reacting to the Sidemen video in America, and that's where I'd seen it first. And he was he'd sit there and he'd be reacting and say George gave a line, he'd pause it and say, yeah, he got it, unpause it, and she'd be like, yes. Or, you know, like whatever she'll say, like, oh yeah, that was so beautiful, oh my god, yeah, swipe it. Okay.
George is so funny.
Or like funny. Logan, she'd be like, no, and he'd call it out, and that's where I reacted. I seen that, and I was like, damn, motherfucker really knows, like. And it's weird because a couple of Sneako, like, TikToks have shown him, like, in the past, like, 5-6 years ago. He was young. Mm-hmm. And he'd be, like, calling out what he's doing now. He'd be like, I don't really care how much money I have. I just want to, like, be able to, like, teach people, blah, blah, blah. He's doing exactly what he was fucking saying. I'm like, god damn, I don't think I had that much of a fucking open mind when I was that age. But I think he's honestly, like... He's a more likable person than Andrew Tate, personally. Like, I don't dislike Andrew Tate, but, like, the content I've seen from Sneako makes sense. But it's mostly just reaction videos.
See, I haven't seen that much of Sneako, actually, but I watched someone made a hit piece on him, and then I watched. It was, like, a content creator that I watched. I think it might have been Moist Critical.
There was a video I seen. Actually, I've seen it a lot for some fucking reason, but it's the same fucking video every time. He'll be like reacting to a video, and there was a group of girls, and the person making the video is like, okay, who's better at improving, men or women? And the group of girls, women.
Yeah.
Okay, and he pauses it. He's like talking about how it's fucking ironic that they think, you know, He's talking about, oh, of course, or he pauses it before they say women. He's like, yeah, they're all going to say women.
I've seen that clip.
And then the guy goes, fucking, what did he say? The guy that was making the video was like, oh, okay, like, what do you guys rate yourself out of 10?
10.
And he pauses it, and he's like, 10s across the board. He's like, 10, 10, 10. They're all going to say 10s. Unpause it, 10s across the board. He's like, he paused it. You guys don't understand how ironic that is. If women are better at improving, isn't the first step to improving realizing there are flaws? If you don't understand there's flaws.
And that's the shit. Yeah.
I understand that part of, like, Andrew Tate and fucking Sneako. Like, I get that. If you think there aren't any flaws, how can you improve? Which makes you think, like, how can you be a better improver if you're already flawless? Like, that doesn't make sense.
That's a good point.
Another thing I learned is Tristan Tate is like 50% of Andrew Tate. He is more romantic and kind-hearted than Andrew is. He doesn't make it seem like that on the internet, but I've seen a few videos where he's like, yeah, I told this waiter to some waiter did me good or something like that. And he was like just being all romantic and shit. I'm like, so weird that you guys are like almost two different persons. Like, they have the same beliefs and shit.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, oh yeah, we should, not treat women to a certain extent, like, whatever. But I seen that, I'm like, wow. Luckily, I'm on the somewhat informational and topics of TikTok, and I'm not in the stupid TikTok dances.
Then you need to save those that actually give you good thoughts to take as a podcast.
I might have some.
But
so risky.
One thing that one of the points that Andrew Tates made that I actually really liked, like whatever he says, I don't care. Okay, but there's one point that he made that is really fucking good to me, and it's like kind of it was like put into words what I was thinking. Overall, it's my belief the government is corrupt in every fucking move they make. What?
That's crazy.
Okay, but I'm just saying, like, I think every move the government makes is rooted in corruption. So, like, they're not doing you good when they give you higher minimum wage. Mm-hmm. They're just trying to take more from you when you go buy groceries. They're not...
That's how it is. They raise something. It's all inflation. They raise the price for gas. So, like, people don't make enough normally, regularly, to make this much to afford the fucking gas prices that are up here. So let's raise this. Then companies are like, well, shit. If you're raising that, I can raise the price of milk, a gallon of milk, from $1.50.
Well, because they gotta pay their employees more.
Yeah, they gotta raise the minimum wage for their employees, which costs them more. So like, well, fuck. The only way we're making money is by this fucking milk. So every gallon of milk goes up fucking $1, and then people are like, well, what the fuck? I just got a raise in my minimum wage, but now everything else is going up.
Yep. And that's why I try to explain. But the point that Andrew Tate made is, like, it goes in with a woman and, like, people call me misogynistic if you want, but I think gender roles are pretty fucking dope because listen.
Is that what he said or what you're saying?
Me.
Okay.
I think that gender roles definitely matter, and that if you're a woman fighting for equality, you are missing the point. Okay, since the government's corrupt, I think that this whole feminist movement of like, hey, we need to work, men's pay needs to be lower, or women and men's pay need to be equal so we can do this, even though they're not performing the same jobs. So basically, men's jobs need to be lowered to equal women's, so we're all getting paid the same. You guys want to be taking out the household because you guys don't want to fucking... Like, I just don't understand. The government is trying to take women out the household, in my opinion, so that the kids, the babies, aren't getting the proper nurture, love, and hold and care they get from a mother like they used to. Yeah. Instead, they're in a fucking daycare with a teenager who smokes weed. They're at a fucking school with a failed preschool teacher who wanted to be a fucking chemist but is now fucking teaching preschool to kids. Like,
see, I agree with that to like a certain point. Like sports, I personally think they should be paid equally. Like WNBA and NBA. See, it kind of gets touchy though.
I don't think they should be paid the same because they don't earn the same.
Yeah, see, I was gonna say.
Do you watch WNBA? Can you name like 3 WNBA players?
No.
Okay, name 3 NBA players. Exactly.
A lot.
Exactly.
But see, that's what I was gonna say. It depends on the gross income. Because it wouldn't make sense if a WNBA player got paid the same as, say, LeBron. Mm-hmm. Let's say the number one WNBA player got paid the same as the number one NBA player.
Well, that's
what is the gross pay from WNBA to NBA?
Mm-hmm. But my point is more not like equal pay. It's that I don't think women should work. I think they should be allowed to stay home, take care of the kid, make it the most loving. Maybe that's why men are so fucked up now, and why the generation is just getting more fucked up, is because there's less women in the household actually raising their fucking child.
That is true.
The internet's raising their child. Coco Melon's raising their child. Fucking teenagers sit there on their fucking phone, turn on Coco Melon's like, I'm a babysitter, and you're just fucking gonna watch Coco Melon, the same fucking episodes on rerun for 3 fucking hours.
I will agree. I think daycare is fucking stupid. Okay. And I only say
I think it's stupid that it's needed.
I think obviously kids should be grown or like raised by their parents. But I think some parents are just fucking dumbass.
Oh, there are, yeah.
I'm not gonna name drop. Okay.
don't worry. Yeah, just people know.
But like, I know some people where the dad of these children did not work for basically their lives so far. And just started work recently, and their mom quit their job, and it's like I like that. I like at least one person bringing the income, whether it's the woman or the father, whatever the fuck it is. Somebody is bringing in money. The other is raising the children.
Mm-hmm.
but these children are raised in like a homeschooled, you know, like kind of vibe. Like they don't go to do anything.
Isolated?
Yeah, they're not really social. But it doesn't help that they were raised in the coronavirus fucking scenario where everybody's like they basically took all the warnings of, oh my god, if you're fucking 10 years old and younger or 87 and older, you're gonna fucking die from this, like, kind of vibe. And they took that seriously, so these kids were raised in basic isolation, at least for the last 3 years.
Which I guarantee that depression and anxiety caused with that is going to be far more detrimental than a stupid fucking fake disease.
It really is. And I can speak personally that the last fucking, 2.5, 3 years has been the most mentally struggle I've ever been through.
Yeah. He's the only one out of us that's actually went to school during COVID.
I was going to say, I didn't really have school during
Yeah,
COVID,
no, same. We were graduating.
You were meaning, like, actually had to go to school versus, like, online school. But
No, yeah, he did online school, half days, like, bunch of stupid fucking bullshit.
Oh,
luckily, when your senior year was ending, you actually got to go back to school for full days. I would have hated that.
well, it was the end of my junior year. Because sophomore year... I have a mic.
I know.
A sophomore year, right? It was funny. It was actually kind of insane. So the day that school gets canceled, there's a guy, I guess I can't really say school shooter because he didn't shoot, but a guy with a gun came into the school, wanted to shoot a kid that was in my class.
I remember this.
And we had to be on lockdown for a couple hours. Right? And I've never had usually if it's the lockdown, it's like, oh, haha, it's a joke. And they didn't, and they started doing this new thing where they don't tell the teachers if it's a drill or not, so it's more realistic. Right? So everyone's kind of like, oh, lockdown, okay, it's a drill, whatever. And then the vice principal opens her door, shh. Oh. Okay, well, it's because it's a drill. He wants us to actually... okay, yeah, we'll be quiet a little bit. A couple minutes past, we start talking a little bit more, getting a little louder, and then just... It's not a drill. And we're like, wait, what? And so we just kind of sit there. Everyone in my class kind of just sits there in silence. And then we go to talking again like it doesn't matter. Everyone's Snapchat is saying yo, this guy is saying that he's going after you, and points to the kid, and the kid is just sitting there in the corner oh, Jesus Christ, because I think he screwed his girlfriend or whatever. I don't know.
Imagine posting on Snapchat who you're trying to kill.
Or I don't know if it was the guy did, or if everyone who knew him was he's going after you.
I'm just saying, imagine. It's so weird. Growing up, we didn't have Snapchat through sixth grade.
Dude.
We didn't have fucking Snapchat.
We didn't have to worry about school shootings at all. That was not on the radar.
Really weird.
There was not even on the radar of things. I was more worried about a fucking earthquake.
Yeah. 2012 happening where everybody fucking died a fucking earth ends, whatever. But no, I never worried about school shootings after I graduate high school. It's school shootings, school. It's just back and forth at all these school shootings.
Which I think the cure to that is just give the teachers fucking guns.
I really do. I mean,
you walk into class with a fucking gun, you get a Glock in the chest.
Obviously run background checks, make sure these fucking teachers aren't fucking sociopaths.
If the teachers are okay enough to teach our youth, I think they should. That's the thing. The background check on being a teacher should be good enough to hold a gun. So that's why,
And they obviously have to go through the classes on how to fucking hold a gun, shoot a gun, reload, take apart, put back together.
Being able to save lives.
Yeah.
And not be foolish. Yeah.
Kind of almost, I wouldn't say the same classes as cops are, but gun laws
same
and
class
shit.
As cops.
I'd say they should be able to
pepper spray and everything.
Yeah,
tasers,
they should be able to
everything.
know what parts of the body hurt more to get shot at, what parts of the body injure people, what parts of the body kill people, what parts of the body hurt more to get tased, stuff like that, to be able to just not only protect but also at the same time protect the person they're protecting everybody else from.
I don't think that life matters.
Well,
I think if someone walks into school with a fucking gun, they need fucking leveled out.
But you can still disarm somebody. Obviously, injure them. If you were trying to come at me, I wouldn't try to shoot you in the head.
Well, you know me. But like, no.
Okay, some random person comes start shooting me in the head.
Some person walks in with
I'm
an
gonna
AR.
shoot them in the fucking shoulder.
But dude, their goal is to die. They want to die. They're there to kill people and then to kill themselves. School shooters, like 80% of
school shooters are different.
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
So don't give them that choice. So if
you kill their ass.
No, if that's what they want, you send them to jail.
No, but that's why if you shoot them in the arm, they're still sitting here with one arm.
Shoot them in the knees so they fall over.
And they're still sitting there like this because their upper body works. Adrenaline's rushing.
Shoot them in their
fucking face.
Arm.
Yeah, shoot them in their hand.
If they're trying to shoot with their right hand, shoot them in the fucking right shoulder.
Because we're gonna do some field tests. So we'll do some field tests one day. I want you to quickly shoot somebody in the arm. Like when you're in that situation, I guarantee you're gonna
shoot any pistols.
You can be holding a gun shooting right, and I'll shoot you in the hand and see how well you
won't shoot me in the hand though. You'll hit me in the chest or something. I guarantee it.
No. Like imagine I shoot you in the hand, right, and then you have to see how well you shoot then as a field test.
Okay, and the test is if I hit you at least with one bullet or not, I succeed. Because that's all I need.
See, after I shoot
one bullet.
After you shoot me in the hand and I'm fucking living, then I have the chance to now retaliate against fucking everybody. Dude, the adrenaline rushing enough, I'm pretty sure you could still.
Dude, I've seen a video of a cop, which obviously the adrenaline's running, who got shot in the hand and he could like not really shoot the other guy in the other car that's shooting back at him because he got shot. But
he could still shoot, and he's in a car, not a class of 30 kids.
No, he was outside. Well, okay, that's different, I guess. But
if you think about it,
I think if someone walks into school with a gun, they need
I'm imagining
most
someone
kids
in the
are
hallway,
going to come into school with a fully automatic weapon to shoot, school shooting. What I'm thinking though, kid comes into a school, he's not going to use a semi-automatic. Semi-automatic, you got to sit there and.
Yeah, it's going to be
fully automatic. You're going to.
That's what I'm thinking of.
So, the teacher can get the first shot off, shoots him in his offhand, or the primary arm, or left side. Say he's sitting there, shoots him in this shoulder. This arm's just, he's got to grab the gun and go. The teacher's got a semi-automatic pistol, dude. That's 2 shots, you're down. What are you going to do after that?
I'm imagining a school. Okay, they usually got the doors open. While you're in class, like the doors are usually just propped open.
Not locked down.
I've never.
Not locked
no, okay, but it's not fucking locked down. You don't have time to prepare.
But a second someone walks into the school with a gun and like anyone sees it, then lockdown.
See, if I was a teacher and I had lockdown, I had that piss off.
See, but that's the thing. I don't think there's gonna be a warning of a lockdown every time. Like, no, someone's gonna walk in the back door, go to the 2 closest classrooms, and start fucking blasting. And then after you hear the gunshots, there's a fucking lockdown.
I was gonna say I've
never been in the situation,
I've never have it
but
either.
I figure that it's not preempt. They can't like predict it.
Do you think this is kind of on topic but different subject? Do you think a school shooting survivors ever gonna be on like a podcast or documentary or anything?
They have to. I know there's a couple. I know the Sandy Hook ones, Parkland Elementary ones.
I know X made a song about a school shooting once.
I know.
Or about a person at a school.
The kid's mother was on like an interview.
I just want to know, like, I almost wish. I don't wish, but like, I almost hope that there's like a video game scenario where you're like in a VR setting of what that person was going through, so you could watch it like first person, like see what the fuck was going on.
It's pretty wild.
You were. For some reason, I expected you to go into like a completely different situation, like no Russian modern warfare.
No, like I just want to know. Like I almost want to live that situation, but without being like, because obviously I'm too old to be in that situation. I don't go to school.
Not really.
You can go to college.
Yeah, but nobody.
You could
shoots
be at
up
a grocery store. I think that
That's
you could be
true.
anywhere in somewhere.
Nobody shoots up colleges.
Yeah, but people have guns a lot of places.
But I think that to stop a bad person with a gun, you need good people with guns.
Obviously, from what I've learned
Or you don't give the bad people guns.
You don't give them guns. They get the guns.
See, what I've learned from my youth is you never go for an injury shot. You go for a kill shot.
And that's what I'm saying.
And I do believe that in scenarios, but
in a scenario of a school shooting, I think that applies.
I just have mixed feelings. I've never been in the situation, so I can't properly say.
Yeah.
If I was a teacher, I wouldn't kill a kid, because I watch my whole job technically is to protect and teach these children as a teacher.
These children.
Yeah, but I think most
these children behind my
children.
desks.
From what I
not this one walking in with a fucking
major
AR.
School shootings has not been by like a kid in the school. Like a lot of the times, it's just some random guy.
They're like
Just
usually
some
have been
random guy, like,
graduated
I'm
a
gonna
few
go
years
shoot
or
up an
something.
elementary
It
school.
could be a
Straight.
random guy. It could be a fucking kid that got bullied. You know, whatever.
Okay, because I imagine CHS specifically.
Yeah.
Okay, that's gonna be my example. You can literally walk in the door through the cafeteria, and there's 2 classrooms right there, 10 feet, 20 feet after you walk in the door. That's it, with the doors propped open.
This gym class also just literally.
There's gym, dude. There's so much right on the other side of this door that is not a main entrance. Okay, so I imagine a lot of schools have these like other exits, of course, because they're big. So someone goes through one of those. See, I don't know. I think I definitely have to go for kill shot without even hesitation. Like, if you survive, if I shoot you in the face and you survive, that is a good on you. But I don't think you could shoot somebody with blood in your eyes. But with one hand and you have a semi-automatic and there's a class full of 30 kids, your odds to hit and kill maybe 1 or 2, not looking so slim. It's actually looking
professionally trained. I don't know.
What do you mean? Oh, bro, the teachers aren't. It's like a dire situation.
But see, I imagine MHS front door. First of all, is just a dumb place to go.
The office is there.
Yeah, office, cafeteria.
That's more set up better.
And see, the cafeteria is weird because I don't know if you remember, but the cafeteria, you can basically do a drive-by. Like, I mean, the cafeteria is here and the parking lot. There's an entrance and an exit. You just fucking drive past the cafeteria and drive off. But you know, the
drive-by.
Yeah. Cafeteria is basically only occupied from a certain time to a certain time. Other than that, there's about fucking 20 other exits you can take. And every single one of those doors is locked. Mm-hmm. Not even teachers can get in them. You can walk out them.
MHS is way smarter, though. Like, but also they're in Oregon.
That's just what I grew up with. That's the high school I went to. You could not walk in them. If we were to walk out the high school, we'd have to go all the way back around to the front of the office to come back in.
Even at that point, if a school shooter walked in the front door and walked past the office, and if I was in the office with a gun and I saw like head walking by with like a strap on it, pop. Maybe an entry shot. No, I'm saying you saw a strap and you saw like the gun.
I'm saying if you see a strap, you can't shoot. You have to see a gun. If not, it's technically considered murder. Yeah.
Okay,
but
I think this is the end of the podcast, right? 43 minutes. I gotta piss so fucking bad, dude. Holy shit! Outro.
Good luck.
So guys, it's the end of our episode. We recorded 2 episodes straight. One with Caleb, me, Nathan, Tyler in the background playing guitar and shit. Me, Nathan. Fuck, am I allowed to even say your name? We'll just bleep it out.
They know my name.
Oh. Well, in that case.
My name has been said multiple times.
I don't remember Tyler, dude. I've had so many.
You don't remember me?
No, I don't remember the episodes.
Oh.
I told this to Nathan. We film an episode, we edit it. That episode is now forever gone out of my brain.
Well, since I don't edit the podcast anymore, it's just kind of I record an episode and then it's out of my brain.
But this is the end.
I want to give
the episode.
Oh, hold on though. I want to say cheers to Bailey because this is probably the episode you've talked the most in ever. Like you literally argued with me. That was great. I love that.
Like more arguing.
I mean, no, we had rebuttaling points.
Debate.
Yeah, that's good. And that's good.
Successful debate.
Yeah, and that's what we need on this bitch.
Yeah.
We need more shit like that. And Tyler, for the one episode we bring you in, you talk the least.
That's because okay. Here's the reason why. It's because you guys were talking about like Andrew Tate, Logan Paul, KSI. I don't know anything about that. And the one story I was going to get into, you guys talked completely different about only school shootings when I was going to talk about COVID. That was just leading into COVID.
That was Nathan's fault.
All right.
And then you guys just went to school shootings.
This is the end. Goodbye, motherfuckers.